big could do him justice. Turok 2, Seeds of Evil.
Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. An FPS game for the Nintendo 64, released in the long-forgotten year of 1998. It was a sequel to Turok Dinosaur Hunter and based on the acclaimed comic series, which was a successor of the Valiant comic series, which was a continuation of the Western Publishing series, but that's for a different video. 19 years after its initial release, Turok 2 was given the remaster treatment by Night Dive Studios, updating it for modern gaming machines with the likes of higher frame rates, greater resolutions, and numerous graphical tweaks, among other things. That remaster is what brings us here today in this Any% tutorial. I've been speedrunning Turok 2 for roughly a year and a half, with all my focus in the Any% route. Today, I hope to get you up to speed on running this category as soon as possible, but before that, we need to cover some basics about the game and the run. This guide will be structured level by level and map by map, so that I can thoroughly explain all the tricks and techniques you'll need to know to put a run on the leaderboard. I expect this video to be long, so I provided timestamps in the description if you ever want to practice a specific level or map. None of this guide will help if you don't actually have the game, however. Luckily, you can easily find Turok 2 Remastered on Steam. You can find a link to that in the description as well. I should mention that there's also Xbox One and Nintendo Switch versions, but this guide will be focused on the PC version. It's what I know. Now that you hopefully have your own copy of the game, let's talk about the route. This is Any%, meaning the only goal is to finish the game as quickly as possible. In this case, finishing the game means defeating the big bad guy, the Primagen. Most other enemies are going to be ignored entirely, unless otherwise specified. The Primagen is the main goal. To get to him, you need to acquire 6 Primagen keys, which are found in each of the game's 6 levels. That's it. We can use any means to accomplish this, except for using cheat codes and console command. The world is our burrito. But what can we expect to find in this world? The first important items are Life Force tokens. These shiny spinning diamonds are collectibles found throughout the maps. In the Turok community, we call them Doritos, a name that originates from the previous entry in the series, Turok Dinosaur Hunter. In Turok 2, there are 2 varieties, regular and spicy, which add 1 or 10 to your Life Force counter respectively. Collect 100 of them and you gain an extra life. While this might seem to be a mundane mechanic, lives in Doritos are very important in the Any% route. We refer to our strategies for optimal Dorito pickups as Dorito routing. Next up are Sacred Eagle Feathers. These are used to gain access to special talisman pads that show up in levels. While necessary to acquire in the 100% route, we currently only need 1 of these in Any%. Then we have level keys, which are required to access new levels. Most levels will have 3 to collect, with the exception being Port of Adia, which has 6. These are scattered throughout the levels and are required to progress. Our final collectible are Primagen keys, the endgame items that we need to complete the game. Only 1 of these appears in each level and usually requires a certain talisman to reach. By collecting all 6, we can use them to face the Primagen head on. Those are our 3 main collectibles along the route. Let's now go into the techniques we use to acquire them. The first and possibly most important tech is called a Bell Slide. It's named after runner the Bell Tolls, who collaboratively discovered it with help from fellow runners and Turok scientists Scuddy and Pale 2. It was found that during the Game Over screen, you still have full control of Turok, our main character. This Game Over screen lasts approximately 8 seconds, and during this window you can move much faster. To demonstrate, this is what's called Fly Mode. It's a console command you can enable which, as you'd expect, allows you to fly. Turok's regular movement speed, or velocity, is about 4 units. Strafing boosts this to about 5.6. In Fly Mode, however, your movement speed is closer to 8, and strafing brings it to a whopping 11. Jumping or crouching in this mode multiplies the speed even further. As impressive as this velocity is, during the Game Over screen, this speed is roughly doubled. Now you may be wondering, what's the use of an 8-second window where you can move fast? Well, that's a perfect segue for our next major tech, Zombie Mode. Zombie Mode was originally discovered by Scuddy, and it allows Turok to effectively go into negative health. Enemies will still be alerted by your presence and attack you, but your health will just go further into the negatives and not actually kill you. In the past, the only known way to activate Zombie Mode was to enter a portal on the same frame that you died. With the introduction of Bell Slides, this has changed. Now, if you enter a portal during a Bell Slide, you cancel out the Game Over screen and come out the other side in Zombie Mode, unflinching and undying. You are also immune to anything that would otherwise cause an instant death, such as entering deadly water, walking through lava, and falling into a bottomless pit. The only downside is that while in zombie mode, or at 0 lives, you cannot save or load your game, so keep this in mind. Zombie mode has a multitude of uses throughout the run, and one special instance is our next technique, Rift Ball. Rift Ball was discovered by runner Rifampin, and it's specifically used to get the Primagen key in level 5 much earlier than intended. The technique involves dropping into a bottomless pit. While falling, you constantly gain more velocity, and if you jump near a wall during this, you can maintain that speed through the jump. This trick sees Turok bouncing like a pinball along other walls of the map so that you can land on a normally inaccessible path, letting you grab the Primagen key. So that's the major tech out of the way, but there's one last item I'd like to explain, and that is the Whisperless route. Whispers refers to a talisman that conventionally you stand on and gets slowly lifted to some other area of the map. More bell slides were discovered that let us bypass these talismans entirely, but they're tricky to pull off and not beginner friendly. In fact, one of them is downright bullshit. For the sake of both thoroughness and convenience, I'll be explaining strategies for both the standard route and the Whisperless route. This way, you can choose which one to take depending on how comfortable you are with the game. With all that out of the way, we can start to get into the real meat of the guide. That begins with our splits and how the game is timed. In Turok 2 Remastered, time starts when you select your difficulty. For any percent, this should be set to hard. Time ends when the final cutscene starts playing. Our community does have auto-splitters put together, which can be either level-based or map-based. I'll provide links for these in the description. Of course, you're also free to manually do your splits. With the preliminary information out of the way, I think we can finally get into the game. This starts with the settings, of all places. There are a few things I recommend changing in this section. While you can access the options from the title screen, I suggest starting a game, as some of these changes are visual. Our first stop is the gameplay category. Out of all of these, the most important are fast warp between levels, ledge grabbing, and show player death cinematics. Fast warp drastically lowers the amount of time you spend switching maps, while ledge grabbing allows you to climb up ledges you fall near, which is essential for some of the strategies. You want show player death cinematics turned off, as it stops a lengthy cutscene from playing every time you die. I would also advise having show hints on, as it will put a marker over important objectives, some of which you'll need to shoot from afar. Next, you'll need to go to input settings and make sure your mouse sensitivity is correct for you. This is an FPS game after all, and some precision shooting is required, whether it be to quickly headshot an enemy or shoot a faraway switch. While you don't need to be a CSGO pro player to be successful in Turok 2, you don't want to make it harder for yourself. I would also recommend changing your key bindings for your weapons. Similar to Doom, you choose your weapons with the 0 to 9 number keys, or the scroll wheel. For this run, your important weapons are going to be the Tech Bow in weapon slot 2, the pistol/mag 60 in weapon slot 3, the shotgun/shredder in weapon slot 5, the plasma rifle in weapon slot 6, and the grenade launcher/scorpion missile launcher in weapon slot 8. Bind these keys accordingly so you can access them easily at any given time. Feel free to use the cheat Give Weapons so that you can test your keybinds out without needing to actually find the weapons in-game. You also want to bind the Quick Save and Quick Load keys somewhere you can freely use them. By saving and reloading a map, certain object collisions will disappear, allowing you to go through them without waiting for a door to open or a bridge to fully lower. With your settings out of the way, we can finally cover the last thing you'll need to know for a run: the controls. Turok 2 is very similar to other FPS games when it comes to movement. Your WASD keys will allow you to move forward, back, and side to side. You also have a button for jumping and for crouching, both of which you'll need to utilize in a run. Left click will shoot your currently equipped weapon, and right click will enable you to zoom in with specific weapons. Another thing to note with weapons is that each weapon slot, for the most part, holds 2 weapons. Say you have both the regular pistol and the mag 60. You can swap between them by tapping the weapon hotkey. The last thing to know is that you have a minimap available. On PC, the default key for it is Tab. You can use this to navigate easier or even cut corners as tightly as possible to save time. That covers the very basics, so I'll now touch on some other movement mechanics that don't involve simply pressing a hotkey. First up is strafing. Due to how the programming is, strafing will always be faster than running straight. There's no special techniques involved, you just need to hold both the forward directional key and a sideways directional key at the same time. For instance, W and D. Next is ledge grabbing, which I mentioned earlier. Ledge grabbing is automatic and will happen when you're falling close to a grabbable surface. There are a few areas we can abuse this mechanic, allowing us to reach places we shouldn't normally be able to. Another trick to shave off some time is to always jump up or down ramps. While going up a ramp, you can hold your jump hotkey to continuously jump. If you're going down, you'll need to tap the key multiple times. Keep in mind that not every ramp in the game works this way. You'll figure out which is which. Speaking of jumping, there's a short window of time where you can still jump after walking off a ledge, which is called a walk-off jump. This allows you to get more distance than you would normally. This technique is used all throughout the run, and I'll point it out whenever it comes up. Another jump-related trick you can do is called water hopping. If you jump on the surface of water, you can hop across it without submerging and losing speed. If you are submerged in water, you can strafe and tap the W key continuously to boost forward. This will give you the fastest possible swimming speed. Lastly, you'll find interactive objects around the game world, and to interact with these, all you need to do is go near them. Unlike a game like Doom, there is no use button in Turok, so you can just approach a switch or item to press or pick it up. That's it for the intro, I promise. I know it was long, but now we can finally dig into the map-by-map tutorial. Make sure you set your game difficulty to hard, and spam some buttons to skip the cutscene. This works for any level introduction cutscene, so be sure to remember it. Without further ado, let's begin. Port of Adia, Map 1. To start, make your way up the ramp and start heading towards the barrel. This is where we'll encounter our first enemy, the entrail. Do not kill him, we'll need him for later. If he dies from the explosion, you'll need to reset. Also, you'll want to purposely take a grenade from him for some early damage. Have an arrow ready to shoot the barrel as soon as you approach it. This will open the wall. Climb up the ladder, then go to the right, then up another ladder. Jump to the platform with the teleporter in the next room and enter it. Map 2. Make your way down the hallway, and be sure to collect the key in the center of the room. At the end of the hallway, allow the 3 Raptoids to gang up and kill you. Try to have your back to these enemies as they attack you, as damage from behind will do more than normal. After respawning, do the same thing. An entrail will be in the side room, which you may want to kill. While his grenades can do a lot of damage, he can end up infighting with the Raptoids and distracting them from killing you. Once you've died a second time, you should now be at 1 life. Go down the hallway again, passing the Raptoids, and blow up the barrel to reveal a small hole in the wall. Crouch through the hole, and then stand in the doorway. We're going to set up our first bell slide. You want to stand far enough inside the door so that the left entrail can hit you with his grenades while also preventing the Raptoid from attacking you. You'll need to jump into the grenades as they'll bounce over your head otherwise. When you're in position, look upwards and point your cursor at the top of the tunnel. Be sure it's in the right location when you die. Moving your mouse after Turok dies can mess with your path. Feel free to quick save before you die, which will allow you to retry the slide if you don't get it immediately. Once you die, start holding W. You'll begin moving after the game over screen pops up. Keep holding W until you hear the sound of the door opening. Once you hear the audio cue, hold WA for a second or two. Then hold SD. If you did it correctly, you'll successfully enter the teleporter. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the keystrokes and the path you take. Keep in mind, I have to slow down the live version a bit, as the fly mode comparison is slower than it would actually take. Map 3. Just kidding, all you need to do is go back in the teleporter. You're done here. Map 2, again, head towards the ladder. It's already time to pause again, as there's a tough to pull off clip here. If you walk at this ladder in a specific way, you can clip up to the top of it, skipping the climbing animation entirely. Here's what it looks like in action. This is very tough to pull off consistently, so don't feel bad if you miss it. Back to the video. However you climb the ladder, once you're at the top, grab the key, then jump into the pipe from one of the sides. Jumping in the middle of it can cause you to get caught on the lip of the pipe. We don't know why. When you're out of the tunnel, head left on the catwalks to the open door. You can jump across these to avoid following the full path. Head to the teleport at the end. Map 4. This is another relatively simple map. Head for the switch inside the second building on your right, then immediately turn around and go through the waterfall to collect the key. Grab a set of red shells as you leave, and head down the hallway. Make sure to pick up the Doritos as you go. Proceed through the tunnel, passing the enemies and the portal as you go. Be sure to jump up the slopes. Continue following the main path, and don't worry about any enemies that might ambush you. Once you reach the end, it's just a straight shot to the teleporter. Map 5. This is even easier than the last. Grab the tech bow in front of you, then head to the right and all the way to the back of the room. Hit the 2 switches here, then wait for the wall behind the waterfall to lower. Once it's down, head through the tunnel. Map 6. This will be our first instance of ledge grabbing abuse. To start, head into the house and hit the switch, then immediately exit and head to the right, following the Doritos. Pass the Raptoid, then jump up the stairs. Turn left and you'll see a broken column on the ground with red shells on top. Jump to the column, then run to the middle of it. Strafe jump off the side, and if done correctly you'll ledge grab up to the bridge. It still has collision, even though it's not down yet. You can do this with either a WA or a WD strafe. Both will work. An alternative method is to jump to the top of the stairs in front of the column, then onto the bridge. Once you're on top of the bridge, a gate will open, revealing an entrail, which you can just run past to get to the teleporter. Map 7. Follow the hallway until you reach an outdoor area. There will be a switch and an alcove on the wall. You can either jump to the roof of the building to get to it, or do a walk-off jump off the ramp. After hitting the switch, jump onto the roof and down to ground level, then into a small hallway that just opened up, and hit the switch in here. Leave the hallway and head towards the gate that opened. You can kill a Raptoid or 2 in this tunnel if they are body blocking you. Follow this into a room with an entrail guarding a switch. Hit the switch, then wait for the large gate to open. When it opens, jump to the toppled pillar and ledge grab above it, then head up the ramp to hit a final switch. All that's left to do is jump down and into the teleporter. Map 8. We're almost done. Go left after you leave the tunnel and hit the switch. After the gate opens, run along the left side of the building and go under it. If you have markers on, it'll show a marker through the wall behind a crate. You can hit this switch from here, so just approach it and go back to the front of the building. A timed ladder will drop down after about 3.5 seconds. Try to time your jump so you land on the ladder as it drops and the collision activates. At the top of the ladder, grab the key, then jump off the side, hitting another switch through the wall as you fall. You can now head through the newly opened gate on the left side of the room and through the teleporter. Map 9. Here we are, the penultimate map of Port of Adia. Start by heading to the left, where you can jump and hit the switch on top of the boxes. Go through the door that opens behind the entrail, then follow the path until you reach the catwalk section. From here, go right and jump to this specific spot. This will be our first zombie mode clip. After a couple of seconds taking damage in the pit, you should clip up to a hallway above the first room of the map. Follow the catwalks and jump around the entrails, then through the tunnel to the next room. From here, do a walk-off jump to reach the far alcove. If you don't quite make it, reaching the box also works. Hit the switch in here, then exit the alcove to the right. Jump on the box, then walk-off jump to the ladder inside of the newly opened passage. Climb up, then grab the key. A full health has a 1% chance to spawn in this room. If it does, grab it. If not, leave the room and grab the full health on the rubble to your left. After you've cured your zombie mode, jump up the broken pillars to the wooden platform and climb up the ladder. Follow this hallway to the next room, where you'll need to climb into another alcove and hit a switch to lower the bridge. Then you can go to the ladder on the other side of the room and climb up through the hallway. Follow this to the large open area. Once here, I like to shoot a few times to get the entrails' attention. You want to leave this area with as little health as possible, and optimally less than 16. Climb the ladder at the end of the room, then make your way to the fountain. Collect the 4 red Doritos in the water, then go to the large building. Pay attention to the routing for this building, because you want to hit the switches, collect the key, and take some damage as fast as possible. Once you hit the switches and grab the key, drop down to the lower area and head right towards the open door. Grab the Doritos and hit the switches in here without grabbing the full health. After you've opened the door and gotten your health low enough, head through the large portal and you'll end up in Map 1 again. This is where we do an easy bell slide. This one doesn't even require an explanation. Stand in front of the door, then allow the entrail to kill you. Hold W during the game over screen, and after a second or so, you'll teleport to the hub. Congratulations, you've finished the port of Adia. For now. You're now in the hub, the central area connecting all the levels in Turok 2. As soon as you arrive, step to the left so the checkpoint station located message pops up. Don't forget this. Once you've done that, head forward into the central area. Walk near the key platforms on the left to open up level 3, and while the animation is going, go to the key platforms on the right and open level 2. Once you've put in the keys, go through the level 3 door and enter Welcome to the Death Marshes, the third level of the game, but the second level of the 80% route. As per usual, we start off in Map 1. To begin, run forward and jump down into the poison water. This would normally kill you instantly, but because we have zombie mode, we're fine. Once in the water, head to the right, then jump up to the platform with all the red Doritos. Grab them all, then go back in the water and go left. Jump out of the water onto land, then head through the swamp. You'll want to tap jump while going through the brown mud, as it's very slow to walk through. Follow the destroyed bridge onto land, then grab the key. After grabbing the key, make your way back to where you came from. Hop on the island, then to the other landmass. Pass the building on your right, then jump across the green goop to the small ledge. You can then jump to the rocks and head up the ladder. There's another ladder clip you can do here, which I'll explain the setup for. To the left of the ladder, there's a part of the wall texture that resembles a face. If you walk toward the ladder from a specific angle while aiming at this face, you can clip about halfway up the ladder, saving you some time on climbing. Here's an example of that clip in action. As far as we know, this is pretty inconsistent, but you can try practicing it and attempting to integrate it into your runs. Whether you climb or clip up the ladder, once you reach the top, head into the teleporter. Map 2. Go forwards, then follow the logs across the green goop. Grab the Mag 60 as you reach the other side. Then, hop up onto the ledge. Follow the ledge, then jump into the mud. Hop across to the land on the other side, then grab the key. Head into the building and to the left, then into the teleporter. Map 3. Head to the left, then turn the corner. Jump down into the water and try to land in the underwater tunnel. Keep swimming through the tunnel and feel free to pull up the minimap to help you navigate. When you reach the surface on the other end, water hop to land. Follow and collect the red Doritos and go up both ladders. Then, grab your first Primagen key. You can either walk directly to it or jump around the enemy blocking it. Once you've collected your key, jump back down and head back to the water. There's a current that'll push against you, so water hop back to the tunnel entrance, then follow it back to the main map. When you reach the beginning of the tunnel, follow the river to the right. You'll eventually see a ladder leading back up to the main path. To get up, you can either use the ladder or attempt a dolphin jump. The dolphin jump is when you look to the surface, hold space, and tap W as you reach the surface to get an extra boost of speed. This also refreshes your jump, so you can jump again mid-air for even more height. This is what a successful dolphin jump looks like. After you've climbed or jumped to the top, do a walk-off jump to get to the bridge. Follow the wooden path until you get to a sharper turn. You can walk-off jump around the post to avoid spawning a war club. If you don't manage to jump on the bridge, you can ledge grab back up to it. All that's left now is to head towards the teleporter. Map 4. Immediately strafe toward the tower on your right. climb the ladder and make your way to the top. This is where we're going to perform the DM bridge jump. This trick requires a bit of precision, but it's not so bad once you've done it a few times. You'll want to stand near the back of the tower so you can line yourself up. Your goal is to jump off the angled part of the log and try to land slightly past the crack in the bridge. If you've lined up and jumped in the right spot, you should end up on top of the bridge. Here's how it looks in practice. This one is definitely worth practicing if you haven't got it down, as it saves a lot of time over the alternate route. Once you're on top, follow the bridge to the left, then jump across the gap to behind the tower, where you'll pick up the shredder. To leave this area, you can either jump back the way you came, or do a walk-off jump and ledge grab to the other side. Grab a couple of the yellow Doritos as you jump over the gap and stick to the left. Equip your shredder and switch to the red shells. For the rest of the level, your red shell management will be important. If you use too many or run out, it will slow you down a lot. Now, go through the building and to the back. Pick up the red shells on the floor, then ledge grab to the ramp. Quickly kill the Juggernaut about to ambush you, then head into the teleporter. Map 5. Up until this point, we've been pretty safe with zombie mode. Remember in the preface of this video where I talked about the whisperless route? This is where we start diverging. If you plan on doing this the normal way, simply make your way across the bridge, shooting the Juggernauts in the towers at the end to lower the gate. Then enter the teleporter. If you're going to do whisperless, however, jump into the pit the War Club at the beginning ambushes you from to grab the full health and cure your zombie mode. From there, make your way across the bridge and try to take a bit of damage from the enemies here without dying. Keep in mind the pack of War Clubs at the end can do a massive amount of damage to you, so try not to get caught between them. Shoot the two Juggernauts on the towers at the end to open the gate, then enter the teleporter. Map 6. Walk out of the teleporter, then go towards the small crevice on the wall to the right. Crouch through the tunnel, then shoot the Juggernaut that spawns past the tree by the upper wall. Head to the right, and jump across the green goop. This goop allows you to slide a little bit after landing, so you can take advantage of that to get more distance out of your jump. Get to the other side of the goop, then jump on the rock and then to the ledge. Follow this ledge, and do 2 walk-off jumps to get to the red Doritos. You want around 85 Doritos when you leave this level, so grab them based on that. Climb the ladder, then follow the wall to the portal. Map 7. We're on the home stretch. Follow the ramp up, then jump on the rock, then jump to the teleporter. This is called Rock Jump. Please do not fail it. Map 8. This map changes very slightly between standard and whisperless routes. For standard, follow the path into the arena and grab the key. The raptor cages will begin opening, starting with this one behind you. As they open enough, try and shoot the center raptor in each cage with the shredder red shells. If you hit the right ones, the gate should rise. Kill the 2 Juggernauts on the towers to lower the gate. Once it's open, run through and into the exit portal. For whisperless, the beginning is the same. Grab the key, kill the raptors, kill the 2 Juggernauts. However, before going through the exit portal, you want to take damage and ideally get below 25 health. Try and stay away from the Juggernauts on the ground, as their melee swings can hit you for a huge amount of damage. It's safer to back near the portal and let them shoot you instead. Once their health is low enough, go through the exit portal. Map 1 again. Depending on if you're doing the normal route or whisperless, what you do here changes. If running the normal route, follow a similar path to the first time you were here. Jump into the water, swim over the land, run past the buildings, and jump to the ledge past the green goop, then up the ladder and to the teleporter. For whisperless, instead of jumping into the water, you want to go across the log bridge and trigger the War Club ambush at the wooden bridge. Once he jumps out, back up to the log bridge and look at the tree near the entrance to set up another bell slide. This bell slide seems complicated at first, but it's actually pretty simple. After the purling kills you, you want to hold a combination of WA and space for about 2 seconds. Follow that up with S. If you don't make it into the portal immediately, hold SD for a bit, then swap to WA. That should work almost every time. Here's a side-by-side comparison to show you what the path looks like. If all goes well, you should end up in the teleporter. Map 2 again. Simply go into the Adon portal at your left. This is our first experience with Adon, so be nice. You want to refill your ammo and health here, and then warp to the hub portal. Once you're there, you finish the Death Marshes. Now that you're back at the hub, go back to the central area. If you stick near the middle, you'll automatically put the Primagen key you grabbed into the center pedestal. Use the keys you got on the leftmost key platforms, which will unlock level 5. When the door opens, equip your shredder and head down to enter Map 1. Hive of the Mantids has a hot start, so act quick. First, use red shells to take out the 4 turrets in this room. For the ones in the back, you can bounce a shot off the back wall if you can't hit them directly. After they're destroyed, head towards the teleporter. If you're doing the normal route, jump over the red Dorito in your way. If you're doing whisperless, grab it. Map 2. As soon as you teleport in, strafe to the left wall and face it. You can then crouch down to briefly see the room behind it. When you do, use the shredder of red shells to destroy the generator in front of you. Now, turn around and go down the path of all the silver health. Go left when you exit the tunnel, then hop on the platform. Follow this tunnel and try not to get body blocked by the roaming drones. If you stay very close to the left side of this tunnel, you'll avoid spawning another at the end. Once you pass the plasma rifle, hop over the eggs and continue forward. Keep following the path down, collecting the Doritos and jumping past the enemies. Kill the drone in front of the door with the plasma rifle. Hive is very dependent on ammo management. For the majority of it, we'll only be using red shells and the plasma rifle to make sure our ammo spawns refill the right weapons. After the door opens, run into the room and quickly shoot the turret at the top right corner with the plasma rifle. Then go through the tunnel that opens and hit the switch. Go back to the main room and jump on the back left platform before it rises. Another turret will be in this room. Allow it to shoot you until your health is very low, then destroy it. Grab the key, then go towards the door that opens, making sure to jump over the full health. Follow this tunnel until you get to the end teleporter, avoiding the enemies on the way. Map 3. Here we're going to set up another bell slide. Depending on how much health you have, you may want to aggro one or both drones. If your health is high, run down the path of the Doritos and get the attention of the second drone. Then go back to the door across from the entrance and open it to alert the first one. Keep in mind that this backup will lose time if the Doritos on this path get you an extra life. You need to be at 1 life for the bell slide to work. After aggroing the required Mantids, stand in front of the blue force field and allow them to kill you for your next bell slide. This is a fairly straightforward bell slide. You'll want to stand at either the left or right of the door and look straight. Hold W once you die, then listen for some audio cues. You'll hear a door open and some enemies spawn. After a second or so, hold D, then hold W until you hit the teleporter. As always, here's a side-by-side comparison showing what the path looks like. Once you've pulled off the bell slide, that's it for Map 3. Map 4. Go through the door, making sure to avoid the silver health, and pick up the grenade launcher to the right. Then avoid the health again as you continue down the tunnel. You'll arrive at a large open room where there are 2 strategies. The first is to aggro the large soldier to the left, then run to the platform in the back of the room. Hop on the platform, then align yourself with the ledge above. Turn around to make sure the soldier is running towards you, then face up at the ledge. The soldier will hit you, giving you a damage boost that you can jump from and grab onto the ledge. It helps to give the soldier a little kiss before you go to the platform.
Thank you, Turok.
The other option is to hit the 4 switches around this room. This will spawn mites, which you can jump around or use green shredder shells on. Once the switches are hit, the platform in the back of the room will raise normally. When you're up, follow the tunnel. You'll see a pair of workers at the end. Equip the grenade launcher, and as you approach the door, turn around and quickly shoot the drone that spawns in. Go through the door and follow the tunnel, passing the checkpoint. Try to avoid the silver health if you didn't take much damage to get to this point. The tunnels will start to descend, and there will be an alcove to the right with a box of grenades in it. Pick those up, then proceed to the end. Map 5. Equip your shredder with red shells, or a plasma rifle if you missed shots earlier, and head left out the door. There will be a drone across from you that you want to kill with a red shell bounce or plasma headshot. This will open the door next to it. Go through the tunnel and collect the Doritos, and you'll end up in a larger room. Go to the near corner and set up a crouch shot. There will be a generator far in the distance. Stand next to the egg and crouch to line up your crosshair with around the middle of the generator. Use a red shell to destroy it. Immediately turn around and go through the door that opened. Shoot a red shell against the wall as you enter to kill the Mantid and blow up the wall that contains extra red shells. Collect the key and the ammo, then leave and go to the other open door. Once again, try to avoid the health, and get rid of the eggs blocking your path with the plasma rifle. At the end of this tunnel is the teleporter. Be sure to grab the ammo to the left of the teleporter before exiting the map. Map 6. This is where the run really diverts. I'll explain the normal route first. Head through the door and go left, following the tunnel. Drop down to the platform below, then go into the next room. A soldier on the left blocks the switch. We normally jump around him, but you can kill him if you aren't confident in being able to land the jump. Falling into a bottomless pit in zombie mode is generally a soft lock, so keep that in mind. After you hit the switch, a platform will start to lower. Before you jump on it, there's a crouch shot you can do at the corner near the platform. If you crouch, you'll see a generator through the wall.
Force field down.
If you don't get it, you can destroy this generator later. Following this, jump on the platform and ride it to the middle pillar. This is where you want to be quick. Kill the Mantid on your way up with the Mag 60, then jump into the pillar. Immediately go left and jump to the platform below and head through the tunnel. Shoot the wall with the Mag 60 and get to the elevator in the next room. You may have to kill the Mantid here if he's in your way. If you are fast enough, the elevator should be waiting for you. Go through the tunnel until you reach a room with a full health in the center.
Firestorm cannon.
If you didn't do the wall shot earlier, you can crouch in the corner here and shoot the generator below with the gray launcher or red shells. Once that's destroyed, grab the full health and continue through the tunnels. When you get to the room with a soldier in the middle and bottomless pits, head to the right. Here, you can jump to the door and ledge grab to it, or take the platform as a safer route. In this room, hit the switch behind the eggs. Leave the room and go to the other side.
Portal active.
There are 3 pillars with red Doritos on them. Depending on your Dorito count, you can grab 1 to all 3 of them. You should gain an extra life in this process, bringing your total lives to 2. There's a sacred eagle feather at the bottom platform. Once you grab it, jump down to do a death warp. When you respawn, head back to where that soldier guarding the switch was. The door here should be open, and you can go through. At the end of the path, go into the portal and acquire the Whisper's Talisman from the Spirit. Once you've gotten the talisman, exit the portal and go back to the moving platform. Ride it to the center tower again, and grab any red shells that are here. Stand at the edge of the tower so that the Mantid behind you and the soldier to the side can still shoot you. Jump back down to the other platform and head to the right. Allow the enemies in this tunnel to kill you. If the drone starts infighting with the workers, feel free to kill him. Once you die, bell slide to the exit portal in front of you. So there's the lengthy explanation of the regular route. Let's rewind and talk about Whisperless now. Take the same route you normally would to get to the soldier blocking the switch. Once again, jump to hit the switch, as you want to conserve your red shells. Ride the platform up, then kill the drone here and grab any red shells if they're there. Jump down to the lower platform and try to avoid the red Doritos in this tunnel. you'll normally still pick up 1 or 2. Then head to the right, go left, and into the teleporter. You're done. Map 7. Go forward and avoid the full health in the middle of the tunnel. You can jump over it or walk to the left around it. Once you're in the larger room, use red shells to kill the drones on the platforms. When all the drones are dead, go to the left side of the room where part of the wall will explode. Go in the middle of this area where a soldier will spawn. Look straight up or down and shoot a red shell. The shell will bounce multiple times in the same area, killing the soldier instantly. This is a shredder bounce. Make your way to the other side of a large room and repeat the process here. Once the soldiers are dead, a door will open on the opposite side of the room you came from. Go through this door and avoid the workers in your way, then go out the other door on the opposite side. Move across this large room and you'll reach a room with moving platforms and water. If you are quick, the platform should be approaching you as you enter. Jump onto it and kill the Mantid across from you. Jump to this middle room and go left, killing the Mantid at the end of the process. Then, jump to the floating platforms and into the room. Turn around at the entrance of this room and shoot the angled edge of the lower wall of a red shell to destroy a generator inside. I like to use the top left corner for this. When the generator is destroyed, turn around and continue forward through the tunnel. Have your grenade launcher ready to kill the Mantid blocking the elevator here. With good timing, you should be able to jump on it right before it ascends. Follow the tunnel at the top and use the grenade launcher to destroy the large eggs blocking your path. Jump around the enemies in this tunnel and you'll find yourself in a large room with 8 generators. You need to destroy all of these generators. The quickest way to do so is to use bouncing red shells between 2 of them. My method here is to stand at these circular patterns on the ground and shoot straight down at them. The shell will bounce and destroy 2 generators. Do this at all 4 corners and then a floating platform will start moving. Jump to this platform and into the tunnel above. Collect the Scorpion missile launcher and immediately switch to it. Approach the door in the center of this room and 2 drones will spawn. Quickly kill them with the missile launcher. The door will then open where you can collect the key and follow the tunnel all the way to the end. Map 8. Switch to the grenade launcher and grab the grenades to the sides of the door if you need them. Head into the tunnel and destroy the eggs in your way with grenades. When you leave the tunnel, head to the upper left of this room and turn the corner to see a Mantid at the top of the net-like texture. Kill him with the grenade launcher, then climb up. Go through the tunnel where you'll find another Mantid above a net. Kill him the same way and climb up again. Travel up the catwalks in this next room to get to the door above. Then follow that tunnel to the exit teleporter. Map 9. Go through the door, then across this room where you see some different colored eggs. Destroy these eggs and go to the right side of the room, then through the door. Go across this room, but stick to the right. Grab the Firestorm cannon and, ideally, 1 Dorito so you don't go above 100. Then head through the door where the teleporter awaits. Map 10. The calm before the storm. Go straight and through the tunnel, destroying the eggs in your way. When you exit, jump across the gap to make it to the bridge, then go right. Follow this tunnel to a room with poison water. Jump in the water and go left, through the underwater tunnel. When you reach the end, jump across the floating platforms and go up the bridge. Destroy the eggs blocking the door to the left, then go through the tunnel and enter the teleporter. Map 11. Here's our first major run killer, Rift Ball. Let me explain Rift Ball to you. Right now, we're in zombie mode. As you've seen, that means we can't take damage or die. From anything. And that includes bombless pits, which normally have instant death triggers that cause a death cutscene to pop up and reset us with 1 less life. In zombie mode, that trigger never happens, so we continuously fall. While falling, Turok gains speed. A lot of speed. And it never really stops increasing. We found a few ways to use this to our advantage, and Rift Ball is one of them. While falling with this incredible speed, if we haven't used our jump, it's still available to us. If we're next to a wall, that wall can briefly be detected as a jumpable surface. Do you see where I'm going with this? For Rift Ball, we fall to this specific part of the map and look in about this direction. While falling, we'll clip upwards sometimes, as the map isn't entirely sure what to do with you when you're past the death pit trigger. After clipping upwards twice, we hold our jump button down, and with any luck, we're detected on the invisible wall here. This detection causes us to jump with the same falling speed we have, launching us from the wall. This velocity is enough to bounce us from one wall to another, and another, then land on the invisible bridge here. With the Eye of Truth talisman obtained later on, this bridge would normally be walkable, but even without it, some of the collision is still there, and we take advantage of that. So without further ado, here's Rift Ball in action. Actually performing it isn't the most difficult, but it is a bit precise. You have to walk off the ledge and navigate to this intersection between the two sides of the bridge. Then, you look in this direction. I like to use the far pillar here as a reference. You should not be falling with enough speed that you start to clip upwards. The second time this clip happens, start holding jump. The next time you clip up, you should engage the jump and be flung across the room and ultimately onto the bridge. When you get it right, it saves a ton of time, so give it some practice. Also, if you see on the minimap that you're slipping to the left, you can move to this specific corner to clip out of bounds near the starting teleporter to try again. If you don't make it to this corner, you'll end up in the void and soft locked. With that explanation out of the way, let's cut back to what to do after you've pulled it off. Once you've landed on the bridge, navigate up it using the minimap and collect the Doritos in your path. Do your best not to hit 2 lives, as this will mess with a bell slide in the next level. If you do, however, there's a quick way to fix it, so don't worry too much. At the end of the bridge, you can grab your next Primagen key. Do not attempt to death warp here. Instead, jump back down to the bridge, then drop to the same corner you'd use to try and recover from a failed Rift Ball attempt. Once you've clipped, you'll be back at the teleporter. With Rift Ball behind us, exit the map. Map 10 again. We're nearly done with Hive. Go through the tunnel and jump off to the right. Enter the lower tunnel and you'll end up back in the room with poison water. Go into the water, then swim to the right to get to the door you originally came here from. Go through this tunnel and back to the bridge, where you'll go across and up to the left. Have your red shells ready when you enter the next room, because 2 drones will spawn when you approach the opposite door. Quickly kill them, then go into the Adia portal.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Get an ammo and health refresh, then teleport back to the hub. Hive of the Mantids is finished. When you're in the hub, level 2 River of Souls may already be open from earlier in the run. If it's not, put the keys in now. You can also put the Primagen key you got from Hive in so you won't have to do it later. Once that's finished, head through the portal to... Map 1. If you thought Hive had a hot start, it's nothing compared to River of Souls. If you were playing this casually, you would ride the dinosaur here, but in the speedrun, we skip that entirely. Running is faster. So, first do a quick save and quick load, then start running to the right and follow the path. Have your shredder ready with red shells. Make your way past the buildings and to the first gate. A gun nest will pop out of the ground, which you can destroy with red shells. Go through the gate and quickly swap to your plasma rifle, and shoot the cracked section of the wall to reveal a path. Head right and turn the corner, shooting the missile battery far above you past the gate with a red shell. You can destroy all batteries like this with 1 red shell, so remember that for the rest of this map. Once the battery is destroyed, you can go through the gate. As you turn, you'll see 2 turrets. The corners are angled, so you can bounce a red shell off the left one to destroy both. Go through the gate and destroy another far missile battery. Grab the red shells on your right, then equip your plasma rifle. Shoot the wood gate to destroy it, then jump up the ramp as quickly as possible. If you're too slow, the mortars will hit you, and on hard mode, they deal a massive amount of damage. Head through the tunnel here, and as you reach the exit, shoot the 2 missile batteries up above. This will raise the bridge, which already has collision you can run across before it's fully up. Use the grenade launcher to destroy the gun nest on the right and run past it. Head up the ramps and to the bridge. As a quick note, if you take the corners too tight here, you can pass the trigger that makes the bridge rise. Be fast, but not too fast. Get the red shells before the bridge, then cross it. Make your way down the slope and shoot the leftward gate with a plasma rifle. Run past and go through the tunnel. At the end, there will be 2 final missile batteries. You can shoot the right one, then crouch to shoot the left one as you get farther. These batteries will have shot already, so pay attention to where the mortars are falling. If you need to, you can go off to the side to grab the 10 health pickup and wait for the mortars to explode. Then you can safely jump to the bridge. Head up the ladder, then into the teleporter. Map 2. After that hectic map 1, this one is more gentle. Shoot the middle of the overpass with a red shell, which will hit the switches and raise the bridge. If you accidentally reach 2 lives in Hive, you can quickly jump into this pit to get back to 1. Run across, then get your tech bow out and go to the right. Pass the broken door and scope in to shoot a tech arrow near the far switch on the wall. This will lower the bridge before you get to it. If you miss your shot, you can jump to the side platforms and then jump past the bridge, even if it's still closed. Continue following this path either direction, as it's symmetrical, then enter the teleporter at the top. Map 3. Jump off to the right and follow the path. You can cut the corners a bit by jumping over them. Grab the key once you get to it, then jump off to the right. Follow the Doritos through the door, avoiding or killing the Raptoid as he ambushes you. At the top of the ramps, jump through the platform with the entrail, then jump straight through the bridge. Head to the right, attempting to take damage as you go. When you reach the center, you'll see a bridge above poison water. Quick save here if you want, as you'll have to water hop to the other side, and this water can instantly kill you. If your health is still high once you're across, allow the Raptoids to damage you. You'll want to be close to but above 16 health. Once you're there, enter the teleporter. Map 4. Start heading up the ramp to your right. If the entrail at the top of these ramps throws a grenade, let it hit you. If not, just run past. There will be another entrail in the room ahead. If you didn't take the grenade before, take one now, unless your health fell below 16. In any case, head up the ladder and into the large courtyard. Run past the raptor here, and stand near the large golden doors. We'll be doing another bell slide. This one is very simple. Use your minimap to stand here and look at the first dot from the middle of the door. When you die, just hold W. You'll end up going through a teleporter. Map 5. This map introduces one of the best time saves in the game, but it's also the most difficult to pull off consistently. Follow the path and go to the left, and you'll find the platform for ROS jump. By jumping off this ledge and turning a very specific way, you can ledge grab to the bridge and save about 15 seconds. It is extremely inconsistent and there's no good setup for it, but here's an example of it anyway. Even if you miss it, it's worth going for at least once in a run, so practice it a bit and give it a shot. Now in the event you miss, and you will, head to the left and shoot the barrel near the wall with green shells. Switch to the tech bow or red shells and shoot near the switch marker. This will cause the bridge to lower, which you can go across, then follow the path up. Hit the switch to the left, then turn around and go to the door that opened. Take a right and go down the alley. Then run across the bridge and hit the switch. If you pulled off the ROS jump, this is where you would end up. Turn around and go into the building that opens, making sure to grab all the Doritos and hitting the switch. Exit the building and go back down the alleyway, then head up the ramp to the left. Follow the path and down the large ramp to reach the first soul gate. You can easily destroy this soul gate by doing a red shell bounce right under the gate. Run through the door on the left that opens and grab the red Doritos in full health to get rid of zombie mode. Head up the hallway to the teleporter room. If you find yourself below 70 Doritos by the time you get here, grab the ones around the portal. Preferably, you'll get an extra life before the portal. Map 6. If you have one life already, do a quick save and quick load to get rid of some collision boxes. Then, head to the right and down the hallway. You'll come out to an open area with aqueducts curving around a central building. Follow the right side of the aqueduct until you get to a hallway. This is what we picked up the Firestorm Cannon and Hive for. As it turns out, the Firestorm Cannon can shoot through walls, no matter how far away you are from the wall. The only problem is it doesn't do that much damage, so it's no good for shooting things like generators. It's more than enough to hit switches, however. Far below us is a section of the map we would normally have to swim to get to, then go into a trapped room and hit a button. By using the Firestorm Cannon, we can hit this button early and avoid the entire area. So, how do we do it? Once you're in the hallway, back into the rightmost corner, then crouch and aim at this section of the floor pad. Start firing the Firestorm Cannon, then hit the tilde key to pull up the console. We're allowed to open the console, just not put any commands in it. You're looking for this message to pop up. If it isn't appearing, you can adjust your aim slightly up and down. When the console message appears, you successfully hit the switch and can continue forward through the hallway. Cross the catwalk at the top and hit the switch. Then jump down to the lowering wall. Travel through the aqueduct until you get to an S-bend area. Ledge grab up to the platform where the entrail is, then look to the right and aim at the far off switch. If you jump and shoot it with a red shell, it will lower the large wall to your left. If you can't hit the switch, you can jump over to it and hit it yourself, then run back to the lowering wall. Keep following the aqueduct and go up the stairs, then into a courtyard with several fountains and 2 switches. Use the Mag 60 to hit the switches and raise the teleporter. Enter it to teleport lower into the map. Climb up the ladder and head right. If you successfully did the wall shot earlier, you can continue forward and climb the ladder, then jump down the large pit. If you didn't get the wall shot, go right and past the entrail, then dive into the water. Follow the underwater tunnel until you get to a large room. Enter the door on the right, then quickly shoot the switch on the wall. Make sure not to grab the full health. When you can leave the room again, head to the right and through the lowering door. There's an entrail here that you can pass. This is the area you would end up in if you got the wall shot earlier in the level and dropped down the pit. Follow the small hallway forward to find water. There are spiders in this area you can use to quickly lower your health. Ideally, you want less than 10 for the following section. The spiders can easily be killed with green shells before they kill you. Swim through the water and jump out at the end, then go through the purplish gate and into the teleporter. Map 7. Jump down into the crypt and follow the path. Stand near the gate and wait for the zombies to attack you. If you didn't guess, we're setting up a bell slide. This is a good place to quick save. Here's how we do the Sister Skip Bell Slide. It's called this because it skips one of the main objectives of the level, a Sister of Despair. First, stand in this position and look a bit towards the right. As the zombies kill you, hold W. Switch to D, then to AS. That combination should get you into a teleporter. This is the comparison between how it looks in fly mode and during a run, showing the path we take and the key presses. Map 6 again. Jump in the water, then follow the tunnel. Jump to the platform in the middle of the room and push all the buttons. Then swim to the ladders and climb one when they drop. Follow the path of tunnels and bridges, making sure to avoid the health on the way. If you accidentally grab one, you'll probably be cured of zombie mode, making the next sections difficult. Once you get to the end of the path, go through the teleporter. Map 8. Jump down from the platform and head straight, past the raptors. Go up the ramp to the left, then through the door and follow the path. You'll get to an open area with a full health on the roof of a building. You can either jump to this roof perpendicularly to ledge grab to it and get the full health, or get healed at the Aidon portal later.
Ability enabled. Full health.
Continue along the path. You'll reach a fork in the hallway. Go to the left, then kill the entrail at the top. Do a walk-off jump to reach the left platform far below you and collect all the Doritos. Then enter the teleporter. Grab the key and drop down to the left, collecting 3 or 4 of these Doritos. Go in this next teleporter, then turn around and follow the hallway and into the water. When you resurface, grab the red shells in the pool next to you if you need them. Leave this room and head to the left. Hit the switch, then go through the door that opens. Quickly kill the entrail in the next room and continue. Follow this path until you get to a semi-alto area, then go to the left hallway to find the teleporter. Map 9. Go straight, past the portal and cross the small bridge. Enter the hallway and hit the portal switch in the next room, then continue through the next hallway. Continue straight on the path until you get to a ledge with a sacred eagle feather on it. Collect the feather, then turn around. Follow the hallway, then turn right and cross the bridge. Drop down the pit and go through the room, killing the entrail as he spawns in. Another will spawn at the door across, so kill him as well. Head through this door and follow the hallway. Turn right, then immediately left. Shoot a red shell at the wall in the upper area to kill an entrail guarding a door. When this opens, run through and kill both the entrails guarding the building. Grab the key from the building, then jump down to the lower area. Follow the ramp up. There are 3 Doritos here, and you want to leave River of Souls with about 85 Doritos and 1 life, so grab as many of them as you need to get near that. Then jump down and enter the portal. Approach the altar and watch the cutscene. Then grab the Leap of Faith talisman and leave. Go backwards out of the portal, then turn around. Jump from the lip of the aqueduct to the other side and shoot the barrel near the wall. Hit the switch, then head through the newly opened gap. Enter the hallway to your right and follow it until you get to a Breath of Life talisman pad. Quick save here if you need to, as you'll be doing a walk-off jump to get around poison water, and it has a chance to kill you. Walk-off jump to the ladder on the other end, then follow the path and use the Leap of Faith talisman pads to progress. Climb the ladder at the end of the route and grab the Primagen key here. Jump off the ledge that held the Primagen key and head back towards the water. Run along the ledges or swim through the water to make it to the path that's open, then go through the portal at the end. Map 1 again. Go to the Adon portal. If you didn't get the full health earlier, heal here. You can also grab ammo if you're low.
Turok, how may I assist you? Ammo granted.
Finally, teleport back to the hub. Quick save and quick load as soon as you enter the hub, then head to the key gate to the left of River of Souls. Put the keys in the sockets, and if you'd like, put 3 of the level 6 keys in the key platform to the left. After, go through the door that opened. Enter the portal and you'll find yourself in... Map 1. To start, I'll cover the normal route, then explain Whisperless. Head forward, then go to the left. There will be an entrail on the ledge above you, which you can choose to kill or not. Rarely, he can interrupt the landing from the Whispers talisman and knock you off. Use the Whispers talisman and float up the ledge. Stick to the left wall to prevent a guardian from spawning, who is very accurate with his crossbow and can easily kill you on hard. Now, go to the next Whispers talisman pad and float up to the even higher ledge. Jump down to the area below, and be careful not to land on the Whispers talisman pad on your way down. Drop down to the cave and go left. There will be a smaller cave with a switch in it. Press it, then go to the other side of the room and pick up the cave door key. Head to the door in the center of the room, but do not use the key on the pedestal. Instead, stand in front of the door and let the enemies kill you so you can perform a bell slide. This bell slide is another simple one. All you need to do is hold W when you die, then switch to SD for a second, then WA. This should always get you to the portal. Here's a side-by-side of what it looks like in-game compared to fly mode. Once you've done the slide, grab the Primagen key right in front of you, then drop down into the pit. Go into the tunnel behind the waterfall and be sure to collect the Doritos. Then, drop into the hole to get to the next map. So that's the easy way to do this map. Now let's cover the Whisperless strategy. Whisperless starts in a similar way. Head to the left and make your way to the Whisper's Talisman pad. If your health is high, you can use this end trail on the right to get to around 40. And this is where the explanation begins. We're going to be setting up for a bell slide, but this one has a special name. It's called Bell's Hell, and it has that name for a reason. We'll be bell sliding from this rock all the way to this teleporter down here. The setup for this is especially important, as with the wrong setup you can get caught on a lot of different things, such as this tree, this cliff, this column. You can miss the hole and end up here. You can get caught on this, these walls, this cave formation, this other cave formation. You can get stuck in the back of this room. In short, there's a lot of ways this can go wrong. The best setup we found is to use this plant in the back. You want to move into this corner in such a way that you don't get pushed out of it. When you're in position, aim your crosshair at this area of the plant, slightly to the right of this leaf. If this visual is difficult to see, you can use the flare gun to brighten it up, or increase the game's brightness in the options. After you've lined your crosshair up, move back to the side of the rock without adjusting your aim. Your position around this rock isn't too precise, so just be around this area. When you're in place, it's recommended to quick save, then allow the end trail to kill you. Now, it's all about timing. For this, you'll want to be counting. The most common method is just counting 8 seconds out. You start counting when the game over screen appears. The first input is WD plus jump to send you into the air. As you finish saying 2 in your 8-second count, switch to WA. Halfway between saying 3 and 4, add crouch, so that it's WA plus crouch. Hold this until you start saying 8, where you immediately switch to WD. If your timing was correct, you should end up in the portal. Here's a clip of this timing in action.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh boy, we get a run going, boys.
And now, as with every bell slide, a clip of the side-by-side comparison. The setup now isn't perfect, and will not result in success every time, so it's going to take a lot of practice before you can start consistently hitting this one. It's well worth it, as if you hit it on the first try, you'll save roughly 1 minute and 15 seconds. Also, your run is still valid if you end up at the title screen and load your quick save. You can try this trick around 5 to 6 times before the regular route is faster, so give it some attempts. With all that said, if you pull off Bell's Hell, you'll now end up in front of the Primagen key. Take it, then jump down to the pit. Go forward into the tunnel under the waterfall. Collect the Doritos on the way, then jump down the hole. Map 2. Take the tunnel to your left, then cross the room. Kill the end trail blocking your path and jump to the water. Try to do a water hop to stop yourself from submerging, then head up the ramp. Go through the room and through the next tunnel. This one will force you to go down. Do a walk-off jump to make it to the upper pathway in this room, then follow it forward. Jump to the climbable surface across from you, then go up. Jump around the burrowing worm and go left, but be sure to take some damage from the worm or the spiders before continuing. Then, make the next right. Jump into the hole, grabbing the Doritos as you go. Map 3. Equip your Scorpion missile launcher and stick to the right. A spider will descend from the ceiling, but you want to start shooting before it gets all the way down. One volley from the missile should kill it and open the door. Stand in the door and look about 45 degrees to the right. If you jump, you should be able to see a room in the distance. Shoot the middle of the platform in this room to activate the switches. A message should appear saying underwater door open. Keep following the tunnel, then jump into the water and go to the other side. Climb up both ladders and make your way across the bridge. Grab the floating key and drop down, then put it into the pedestal to open the gate. Destroy the barrel to create a bridge and run across. Start following this pathway. If the Raptoids at the first bend get in your way, you can bounce a red shell off the wall to clear them out. You'll reach a room with an entrail guarding it. You can jump past him to the left side of the room, then follow the edge until you get to another tunnel. You'll then enter a room with a key in the middle. Don't grab the key just yet. Run past the key and the full health until you see a guardian spawn at the end of the bridge, and the bridge starts lowering. Then run back to the room and grab the key. Enemies called Nalas will start spawning. Wait for all 4 of them to spawn, then shoot a red shell at your feet to kill them all at once. Go through the door when it opens and continue across the bridge. The next room has 2 paths. The safe way is to go left and follow the path up. The faster way is to run forward and jump to ledge grab the ramp. Whatever way you make it up, go into the next room and follow the bridges. This room has shootable switches on the walls to lower the gates. Shoot them as you approach. Continue following the bridges and tunnels, then grab the full health at the end. This will allow us to save in the next section. Make your way to the next hole and drop down. Map 4. Head down the tunnel and go to the right. Drop down into the water, then into the hole. Head forward to the edge of the waterfall, where we'll do another trick, aptly named Waterfall Jump. This is a good time to quick save. Waterfall Jump is a bit tricky to set up, but it goes something like this. You want to do a walk-off jump off the waterfall so that you ledge grab the bridge to the left. To do this, you need to slowly turn as you're jumping, like so. A good point of reference is the brown textured area across the bridge. If you walk off jump while looking at that area, then slowly turn towards the bridge, you can get a ledge grab. Waterfall jump is a hard trick, so you need to practice it to really get it down. Just so you really understand how it works, here's some attempts of me doing it so you can study the key presses and how I'm moving. Give it some tries and it will become second nature. Let's move on. Once you land waterfall jump, hop over to the next bridge, then follow the tunnel. Make a right and drop down the pit. Map 5. Head down the tunnel to the left where you'll find a hole you can drop down and a hole above you. Position yourself below the hole above you and shoot a red shell to activate a switch up there. You can also grab one of the Doritos here if you're low. Once the switch is activated, drop down into the water to get the torpedo launcher. This will boost your swim speed, so be sure to equip it. Swim down to the right and into the large room. Go to the right side of this room and do a dolphin jump by holding space and swimming upwards. You should leap out of the water and ledge grab the alcove above. Hit the switch in this alcove, then dive back in the water and back into the tunnel. Follow it straight. This is where the route changes depending on if you went Whisperless or not. If you've been doing the standard route so far, you'll have one extra key. Since it's easier, I'll cover the standard route first. When in the tunnel, stick to the right the entire time. You'll eventually find a long ascending tunnel up. At the end is a teleporter. Enter it and you're done. For Whisperless, you'll enter a large underwater room with a pillar in the middle. Head to the tunnel at the upper left and follow it. Equip your grenade launcher and enter the portal here to find a vent chamber normally used for the level objective. Immediately shoot the switch across from you with a grenade launcher to open the door, then go up the spiral ramp. At the top, you'll find a cave door key. Grab it and jump down, then go back into the teleporter. Go through the underwater tunnel once again, and this time go left when you reach the larger underwater area. Follow this tunnel straight and you'll arrive at another teleporter. Enter this and you're done with the map. Map 6. This one starts a bit hectic. You want to have low health for another bell slide, but you also don't want to die. Immediately put a key in the pedestal across the room to open the door, then hit the switch in this next room. Go through the tunnel that opens and jump down to the bottom level. You'll see a closed cave door. Stand in front of it and allow yourself to die. As expected, it's another bell slide. Incredibly simple. Just hold W, then D. For consistency, here's a side-by-side. When you enter the teleporter, just run straight into the next one. Map 7. Go forward and you'll be on a bridge, with another bridge across. You want to jump this gap to the other bridge. Be very careful not to grab any of the health pickups here, as they'll cure your zombie mode and make you very vulnerable. Follow this bridge into the tunnel, and when you get to the ledge, walk off jump to land on the lower area. Enter the tunnel to your right and follow it up. When you grab the key, jump back down to the bridge and go back to the ledge you were at before. Instead of jumping, go to the left. Make your way to the key pedestal and try to avoid the health near it. Put a key in to open the gate, then equip your scorpion launcher. Go through the next room and kill the spider blocking the gate. Go through the gate and you'll end up in a yellow crystal room with a key. Grab the key and Nullas will start to spawn. Once again, wait for them all to spawn and take them out with a red shell. When they die, equip your grenade launcher. A sentinel will emerge from the crystal on the right side of the room, then the left side. Kill them with grenades as they spawn. Once they're dead and the door opens, switch to the scorpion missile launcher again. Continue through the tunnel and you'll see a room with 3 entrails. While moving, target the entrails with a missile each. The gate will open and will be ambushed by raptoids. Use either the missile launcher or a grenade launcher to kill them. Follow the tunnel to the right and take out the spider guarding the hole. When it's dead, drop down. Map 8 is the simplest map in the game. Go straight to the teleporter. Map 7 again. Follow the curved bridge down to the hole instead of jumping across like before. Map 6 again. You're nearly done. Head down the tunnel and go to the left and follow it up. You'll come to a group of spinning platforms. Jump across them and enter the tunnel. In this next room, grab the red shells behind the stalagmite, then destroy the barrel to make a bridge. Go across and into the purple room. When you grab the key, the sides of the room will explode to reveal more Nala. Kill them with red shells. A sentinel will emerge from the last wall, so kill him as well. Avoid the ultra health by sticking to the right side of the tunnel, then enter the portal. Map 1 again. Simply run to the add-on portal and hop in. This time, we aren't going to the hub. It's time to do some backtracking.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Get ammo if you need it, then teleport to Port of Adia village. There's just one more thing we need before we can proceed, and that's the Primagen key from Port of Adia. When you enter Port of Adia from the add-on portal, head left. Then go right into the hallway. Turn left before the building and you'll find a small area with a switch. Hit the switch, then go through the door that opened. Follow the path and pass the entrail. High above, an entrail will be firing at you. Kill him, then turn the corner and kill the next entrail. A second door will open. Head through it and follow the hallway up, then across the ledge to the Leap of Faith pad. Use the pad and collect the Primagen key.
Primagen key found.
Start going out the way you came, but this time head up the ladder on the building and grab the 4 red Doritos here. Jump down and go the way you came in. Then head into the add-on portal. Backtracking done. Time to head to the hub.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Once you're back in the hub, like so many times before, head to the center. You can pass the Primagen key sockets on the left to quickly insert a key. Head to the key gate for the final level and put all 6 keys in. If you want, you can turn around and quickly put another Primagen key in the socket while the door is lowering. When you enter the door, make your way into... Map 1. This final level is often the most confusing one for new speedrunners and players alike, so follow along as best you can. It'll take several tries before you fully know the layout of this level. Start by following the hallway in front of you. This is another area where the route differs depending on if you're doing Whisperless or not. As such, let's start with the normal route. By this point, you should be at 1 life. If you aren't, look around the central area for enough Doritos to get you there. This area acts as a hub for the rest of the level, and each of the 4 sectors branches off from here. There are Doritos around the edges of the central area, and near the doors for each sector. Once you've collected enough Doritos for 1 life, head to the left of where you came in. Take the first left in this hallway, and follow it to where you'll find a Biobot and a turret. This is the first of numerous spell slides in Lightship. Kill the Biobot so he doesn't hit your corpse and mess up your positioning, then let the turret kill you. Be careful not to accidentally kill the turret as well, as you need it to do damage. You'll be doing a short bell slide around the corner to your left, then entering a portal. Ideally you want to stand in front of the turret and look downwards. The teleporters in this area don't activate if you're too high above them, so you want to stay low while sliding. After the turret kills you, hold A until you hear a door open, then switch to W. That should get you in the portal. Use the comparison so you know what it looks like. Once you enter the portal, you're done with this map. The Whisperless route is roughly the same, except you want to have at least 30 Doritos before you perform the bell slide. Once again, check the main room for this if you don't have that many. Once you do, finish the rest of the map like normal. Map 2. This is the final map where the route deviates for Whisperless. Let's go over the standard routing first. As you spawn in, strafe to the right and hit a switch. This will lower the exit portal and you won't have to do it again later. Follow the tunnel and go right. Jump over the laser floor and to the other side. Go up the stairway and jump across to this alcove. Follow the hallway until you get to the Whispers pad, then step on it to float across. Continue on this path until you get to a room with a switch and an elite guard. Hit the button, then backtrack. When you get to the end, jump down to the tunnel before the stairway and make a left. Follow it back to where you came in and go through the teleporter. For Whisperless, hit the button to your right, go through the hallway, but turn right immediately to get to a room with poison water. Grab the 2 10 health pickups in this room and the 4 red Doritos, then leave. Head further down the hallway and go right, then jump over the laser floor. Grab the 3 Doritos to get an extra life. Then head up the stairs and go to the end of this hallway. It's time for another bell slide. This one is only slightly more complex than the first, but it can feel like you're about to run out of time. As you die, hold D. When you hear the sound of a door open, immediately switch to A. Hold this for 2 seconds, then hold W for 2 seconds, then hold D until you make it into an add-on portal. Here's the routing for this, along with the key presses. The timing is decently tight, so it may require some practice to get it down.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Once you're in the add-on portal, immediately exit. Leave the room and follow the tunnel to the left. Be careful with the 10 health in front of the turret if you didn't pick it up. You'll end up in the same room from the standard route with the elite guard and switch. Hit the switch and keep going until you get to the ledge. Jump down to the hallway before the stairs and go through. Continue along and make a left, then to the exit teleporter. Map 1 again, the first of many. Head straight from the teleporter and up the stairs, then hit the button. This will open Sector 2. From this upper platform, jump down and go straight, then to the left through the open door. Then go right and follow the hallway until the end, where you'll head left and hit the switch to lower the teleporter. Head in. Map 3. Go through the hallway and into the open room. Use the fan on the left to ascend upwards to the platform. Jump to the bridge, then jump and hit the upper switch to open the door. Head through the door, then go right and immediately left to another room. Hit the switch to open the large doors and reveal the laser room. There are 2 ways to approach this room. The safer route is to use the fans to go to the pillar on the right, then jump across to get to the switch. The faster route is to float upwards, then walk off jump to immediately get to the left pillar. Keep in mind if you fall behind the pillars into the lasers, that's a soft lock. Once you've hit the switch, you can leave the laser area and through the open door. Go to the right at the end of the hallway and float down the enormous wind tunnel. If you hug the right side, you can descend faster. You'll reach a room with 2 bridges. One will retract as you enter. You'll need to jump across to the other bridge and enter the air vent in the corner. Be careful jumping here, as falling into a death pit in zombie mode will cause a soft lock. When you're inside the air vent, go to the right, then down the hole. Continue straight, then make a left. Make a right at the intersection and continue past the laser area. Go right and you'll be in another laser area. Take the right exit out of this and go up the wind shaft. If you hug the side of the wind shaft, you can sometimes clip upwards and skip the travel time. Continue straight and you'll make it out of the air vents and on the other side of the bridge room. Hit the switch to open the door, then go to the right. At the end of this hallway is an Eye of Truth talisman. If you recall back to the invisible bridge in Hive, it's the same thing here, except this time we can jump to it. To perform this jump, do a walk-off jump and turn towards the bridge so you ledge grab. It looks something like this. I'd recommend practicing this jump separately, as we can't quick save before it because we're in zombie mode, and if you fail, then you're soft locked because, once again, zombie mode. When you get to the tunnel entrance, you can continue through, or you can do the riskier move of jumping to the other side. Whichever way you do it, proceed to the top of the bridge by following health pickups and hit the switch. Then, jump down to the starting platform and go back down the hallway. Head right and hit the switch to drop the teleporter, and go in. Map 4. Go straight, then to the left. Grab the red shells if you need them, and hit the switch. Turn and go back, then right. Turn left and you'll see an elevator. Ride it up, then go either way. You'll get to a large open room. Navigate to the center and use a red shell bounce to dispatch the enemies here. Hit the switch in the center console to open the doors, then run and jump through them. In this next room, grab the full health to cure your zombie mode, then hit the switch on the left. Go through the left door. Follow this hallway, make another left, then hit the teleporter switch. Hop in and you're done here. Map 1, once again. Go straight, then turn left and up the stairs. Hit the switch, then jump down. Pass through the central room and through the open doors to Sector 3. Follow this hallway and into a room with red Doritos. When you enter, a trap will spring and a turret will come down. Collect the Doritos and hit the button, then exit through the door that opens. Hit the teleporter switch in this room and go into Sector 3. Map 5. Exit the starting room and go right and continue straight. You'll enter a large room with an elite guard in the center. Use a walk-off jump to get to his platform, then do the same to reach the other side of the room. Go through the open door and head around this U-shaped area. You don't need to hit any of the switches here, but you can grab the health if you need it. Continue down the hallway and follow the red Doritos into the air vent. This is a longer air vent than the last one. Start by going right, then stay straight. Go up the air shaft and go right, passing a laser room on the way. You'll reach another air shaft which you'll go down. Enter the laser room and go left, and you'll go up yet another air shaft. If you're trying to get a clip, make sure it doesn't end up like this one.
You wanna go? What the hell? What? How am I back here?
Continue through the vents, then jump across the laser room to finally exit the tunnels. Go left from here and you'll reach a teleporter room. Hit the switch, then go in. Map 6. Leave the starting area and head right, following the tunnel. You'll come to a Leap of Faith pad. Use it to get across, then hit the switch. Take the pad back and head right. Follow this until you get to a large room. This is arguably the hardest room in the game to do optimally, as it requires precise movement and timing to do correctly. Luckily, there's a backup route if you fail the fast route, so don't fret. To start, head up the center platform and push the button. This will open a door on your left on a timer. Here's the fastest route. You want to jump to the thin rail on the left. The easiest way to do this is to hug the left wall and jump to the railing. Drop your inputs as you're above it, and you should land on it. Turn around to face the door, then jump up and ledge grab to the platform. I'll play this clip again. Pay attention to the key inputs. When you make it to the ledge, go through the door and hit the switch, then jump back to the central platform. Watch out for the elite guards in these rooms. They can sometimes get locked into their shooting animation and do a huge amount of damage. When you're back to the central platform, do the same thing on the right side. Jump to the rail, then the ledge, then hit the button in that room as well. Then you can jump to the middle one more time, but this time go down and through the door. If this isn't working out, you can also just use the intended route. Hit the center switch, go up the side stairs, hit the switch in the right room, jump back to the center, use the left stairs, hit that switch, then go to the middle and leave below. Once you finish this room, go through the tunnel on the left, hit the teleporter switch, then exit. Map 1, again. Have your shredder ready as you leave this room. Turn right and an elite guard will be on the upper platform. Quickly kill him so he can't shoot you. Your health should be relatively low at this point, which is good for an upcoming bell slide. Make sure you have 1 life by this point. If you don't, try to get any red Doritos you might not have picked up around the central room. Go up the stairs and hit the switch, then jump down. Go across the room and to the left, then kill the elite guard in here as well. Try to avoid the health in this hallway and go left when you reach the end, into another teleporter room. Hit the switch and go into the next map. Map 7. Head to the left and go straight. Go through the door, then to the locked door on the right. Stand next to it and wait for the elite guard to kill you. As you guessed, this is a bell slide. It is an easy one, but can give you trouble if you underestimate it. Look downwards, then when you die, press A until the door opens, then follow it up with W. Here's the quick side-by-side. Once you're in, it's time for the next map. Map 8. This is our last real map of Lightship. Head to the right as you start, hitting the switch. Then enter the room and make sure to avoid the health. Go across the room, then go through the hallway. Hit the switch in the middle of it, then go to the end. grab the blue cells from the assembly plant, then go back to the red laser gate. Slot in the blue cells and head through. When you get to the room of the poison water, do a walk-off jump to ledge grab the platform on the left, then jump in the water. Go through the underwater tunnel and get to the room at the end. Hit the switch in here, then dive back in the water and through the tunnel. Dolphin jump your way to the platform, then walk off jump to where you started. Go back through the gate. Make your way back to the entrance and jump in the teleporter. Map 7 again. Go out the door to the left, then left again. Retrace your steps you made earlier to get back to the starting teleporter. Map 1 for the last time. Go straight where all the blue health pickups are, then follow the stairs up. Jump down and grab the final Primagen key from the center of the room, then head to Sector 1 again. Go the same way we went earlier, then through the door on the left and into the portal. Map 2 again, where we make our escape. Follow the hallway forward, then turn right. Go over the laser floor and up the stairs. Go into the hallway, then turn left and follow it. Turn right at the fork and enter the Adon portal.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Warp through the hub one last time. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to turn in the Primagen keys at the center platform. Once you've done so, an unskippable cutscene will play. After that, you'll enter a fight with the Primagen. If you were looking for a major battle, then I hate to say that any percent is not the route for that. As soon as you have control, run to the northwest side of the map. Part of it is extended from the main area. Go around the middle left or middle right of this extension, then drop straight down. Now, you wait. Remember what I said earlier about Rift Ball, where if you fall into a bottomless pit while in zombie mode, you don't die and instead gain a ridiculous amount of speed? Well, this is another section where that comes in. See, a while back, Scuddy G did some snooping and found these platforms behind the walls in the Primagen map. While exploring them, he found that walking into the back of these platforms caused a cutscene to play. The first was the intro to the Primagen fight, the second was the bad ending, and the third was the 100% good ending. By using the ridiculous speed we get from falling, we can jump off the side of the arena and clip straight through the wall, hitting the bad ending trigger and completing the game. The only downside is that it takes quite a lot of speed, and as such we have to continue falling for about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. That said, it's still faster than doing the fight legitimately, which is full of RNG. After waiting long enough, it's safe to start holding your jump button. When Turok finally connects with a jumpable surface, he will launch straight to victory. So that's your strategy for this fight. Fall in the pit at this location, wait 2 minutes and 10 seconds, then hold the jump button until you reach the ending cutscene. It's that easy. With that, you successfully completed the 80% speedrun for Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. Congratulations. I hope this video has helped you learn the strategies and routing for the game. If you have more questions though, I welcome you to join the Turok Speedrunning Discord. We have a lot of great people who always love to see and help new runners out. You can find us here, and a link in the description. And now, I think that's it. You now have all the information you need to start speedrunning Turok 2 Remastered. If you sat through all this, you have my deepest thanks. This video took a very long time to finish. I started working on it in July of 2020, and spent many hours writing and finalizing the script. Not to mention the 100+ hours it took to get footage and edit. So yeah, I really appreciate you sticking around to the end. And again, sorry for the different microphone at certain points. At some point during the project, my Blue Yeti just wasn't cutting it anymore. Now, I'd like to give some shoutouts to people who helped me a lot during this video. First, the Turok speedrunning community. There's so many great people who supported me during the project, hung out during editing streams, and gave feedback. You are all wonderful. Big thanks go to those who proofread and proofwatched the script and video. Refampin, Dr. Jekyll, Pabzulu, Hypocost, and Chaos Wolf, just to name a few. And a special shout out to Skeptic, who has always cheered me on during this project and more. She's amazing. Finally, a shout out to everyone who's come to my streams and watched me during editing. You all made it a whole lot more fun, and I'd be happy to see you there in the future. There's so many more people I could name, but I don't want to keep you here any longer than you need to. So again, thank you very much for watching, have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one. E1M9, signing off.